comfortable. Check your head and neck position, make your head and neck as comfortable as they can be. And you might, since we were talking about some neck stuff, you might do this bit of adjusting on yourself. So imagine you're on a massage table, and you're going to be your own masseuse, and you know exactly what you like and what doesn't feel good because you're inside your body as well as doing this movement on yourself. So you'll take your hands and gently lift the round part of your skull and give yourself a little bit of traction. So you're doing this while lying down, and you're just lifting your head a little bit off your mat. Your chin comes to your chest, and as you're laying your head down, think of laying it down and keeping all that beautiful length in the nape, along the nape of the neck. And if, as the head's landed, it feels like, oh, no, that's not quite comfortable, go on in and do it again. Give yourself a little length, make any adjustments needed, gently lengthen and lay the head down very lovingly. Place your legs wherever they want to be. Maybe you want to take the feet out wide today, the arms out wide, or maybe there's some other position that feels especially comfortable. Bending or straightening the legs as feels best for your body right now. Take an exaggerated breath in and pause. Let it go through the mouth. Take another breath in and pause. Let it out through the mouth. One more time, just like that. And let it go. And now observe as the breath returns to its own natural pace, whatever that might be. One of the things that I really like about working with the breath is, and it can be counterintuitive, right? If we try to work like forcefully or really like, get in there and work hard, it doesn't turn out so well. And if we have a really light touch, it works out much better. And so the light touch that we'll have today is simply the touch of loving observation as you notice the movement in the abdomen and the movement in the rib cage. And if you have an object that you can rest on your belly, place something on your belly. It can be a block, a blanket, a lightweight book. It can be your phone. It can be anything that's in the vicinity, just so you have some feedback. And if there's nothing nearby, use your hands. They are always with you. And tune into the natural rhythm of the breath, doing nothing to shift it or change it. Simply observing. And as you observe, notice what the rhythm feels like now, what the breath feels like now. Does it feel tight or sticky or jumpy in some spots or ragged in others? Does it feel smooth or shallow or deep? What do you notice about the way the abdomen moves? And if we use the image for a moment of that object that's resting, whether it's your hands or another prop, what kind of, if your belly is the ocean, what are the current conditions in the ocean of your belly? Is the object sailing over choppy seas? Or is it calm like a lake? Is the movement sharp, subtle? Now, at any time, if it feels like it's uncomfortable, you can always breathe normally. If it feels okay right now, keeping the attention on your rising and falling object in the abdomen. If the seas feel a little choppy, imagine a calmer ocean. And just notice, if that imagining causes more choppiness, set it aside. Breathe normally. If that intention of a calm ocean is helpful, stay with that. We'll take a few more breaths right here. When you're ready, gently move the object off to the side. From the position you're in, gently roll the head from side to side. As the head comes back to center, bring the awareness to the shoulders, give them a squeeze up toward your ears and let them go. Bring the shoulders again to the ears and let them go. And a third time up to the ears, squeeze and let them go. Now place the attention on your shoulder blades, and as you inhale, give the shoulder blades a squeeze together on your back. Exhale, let that go. And again, squeezing the shoulder blades together on your back and letting it go. One more time, squeeze the shoulder blades together and let it go. And when you're ready, take the arms out generously to the sides. Reach out like you can touch the side walls of the room with your fingertips, and then relax the effort. Take the arms so they're vertical, reaching toward the ceiling, and notice your shoulder blades. And so we'll do a couple different things. We'll round our upper back so that the tips of the shoulder blades lift up toward the ceiling as the arms get a little taller. And then we'll plug our arm bones into our sockets as the shoulder blades return to the mat. Round your upper back. The arms get a little taller because the shoulder blades are lifting up away from the floor. And then plug your arm bones into their sockets and keep the shoulder blades on the mat. Let's do that one more time. Round the upper back and then let it go. Release the arms anywhere that's comfortable. And check in with where your head is. If your chin is lifted, and if you're not sure if your chin is lifted or not, check out what's going on in the back of the neck. And notice if you look straight out through your eyeballs, if you're seeing the back of the room, there's a good chance your chin is lifted and your eyes are looking toward the back of you. So when you look right through the horizon line of your eyeballs, you should be looking at the ceiling that's directly overhead as opposed to the ceiling behind you. Now, stay in this position. Bring the attention to the round part of your skull. Without pulling the chin down and without tilting the chin up, press the round part of your skull straight down into your mat, like you want to make a little impression there, and then relax the effort. You can check to see if the muscles in the back of the neck are working by bending the elbows and placing your fingertips right along the back of the neck. So I've got a pretty generous space between the back of my neck and my mat. There's plenty of room for my fingers, and they're resting just alongside the spine on either side, so that when I press the round part of my head into the mat, I can feel these two kind of ribbons, one along either side of the spine, kind of rising up as they engage. And when I relax, those ribbons are less noticeable. And let's do that one more time and see how that feels. And for my friends with neck stuff, for Connie and Paul, and for anyone else, if this is aggravating at all, don't do it to the point that it's like recreating discomfort that is too familiar, just to where it's interesting. Let's do one more. And then release. Place the arms anywhere they're comfortable, not pinned into the body though. Give yourself some room. And gently roll the head a little side to side. This time, as you roll the head, let the knees, bend the knees, place the feet flat if they're not already there. And imagine your knees want to follow what your head is doing. Head and neck are in charge, and the knees are just going along, creating the same movement, the same pace. Come on back to center. Walk the feet in. If they were out wide, take the arms out wide to the sides again. Reach for the far edges of the room, and then reach up overhead. This time, give yourself a hug. And you decide how squeezy this hug is. So make it squeezy enough that you notice it. Make it not so squeezy that it causes anything to feel like it's pinchy in there, especially in the front of the shoulder, front of the arm, the collarbone area. But really, any kind of pinchiness, don't do that. All right, breathe here. Now, see if, as you release some of the squeeziness, the elbows want to go up toward the ceiling and then toward the back of the room, beyond the back of your head. And we'll use that position to release the arms. If that's not appropriate for your shoulders, release in a way that feels better for you. When the arms have come out of that position, now reach once again out wide to the sides of the room. Take the arms so they're vertical, right up over the chest, and then the other arm will cross on top as you hug yourself. Make this hug as loose or as squeezy as you wish, taking care that there are no areas that feel pinchy. And then slowly, the elbows go overhead toward the space behind you, and the arms slowly unfurl, sweeping the arms down. And then roll. I'm thinking of shoulder shrugs, one shoulder and then the other, and kind of wriggling around a little bit on the mat. Notice the direction your shoulders are moving in right now, and then go the other way. They feel like they're shrugging backward, shrug them forward, and vice versa. Then release. From here, bring one knee into the chest, pick a knee, any knee, and circle the knee around. Take some generous movements. The hand can guide the knee, or the arms can relax. The knee can go on its own. Reverse direction. Same leg, bring the knee into the chest and hold behind the thigh. If that feels like it's too far away, grab a belt or hold on to your clothing. And once again, shrugging the shoulders down, keeping the back of the neck long, start to find some resistance. So only go to the point where, especially the neck, the shoulders, the upper back, are okay with the amount of resistance. The back of your thigh will press into your clasped hands, or the leg will pull to the front as the arms hold on to whatever you're holding on to. Take a couple of breaths right here. Long spine, zipped up belly, easy neck. Release the effort. Let's do that one more time. Find an appropriate amount of resistance, thigh moving away from the body. Now, let your thigh move as far away as it wants to move, as long as you've got some kind of connection to that leg through the hands through the hands on the leg, or I don't know why I want to say block, a belt, all the B props, a belt around the back of the leg. Stay right there. Rotate the ankle. Go the other way. Flex and point. And then hold the flexed position and straighten the leg as much as it's willing to straighten while you're here. Notice what you notice down the back of the leg, the sole of the foot. This is the longest, without adding the upper body into it. This is a long line down the back of the leg and the sole of the foot. Release that. Touch the foot down, bring the other knee in, make circles in the air with this knee. Go the other way. Hold on to the leg or your clothing or a belt or nothing if you prefer. Right? If the handhold itself becomes part of the problem, you can release the arms. This is your pose. Do it the way that your body appreciates it. Zip up the belly. Back of the neck is long. And keep a bit of resistance, whether it's 0.1% or 60%, whatever feels like, okay, this is manageable right now. Then relax the resistance, let the knee bend, and we'll come in one more time into the stretch for the back of the leg. Now, while we're here, you can dial it down a little if that feels better while we rotate the ankle. You can stay in the stretch if you want. The choice is yours. You have agency over your body. Rotate the other way. Flex and point now. And as you flex, maybe the leg gets a little straighter. If the leg is already straight, the whole leg comes in a bit closer to the chest. Remember, if you feel any kind of sharp tug up near your bum, don't lean into that. It's tenderness there. It cannot give you stretch. Not much, anyway. It's not worth it. Aim to stretch the belly of the muscle. Release. And touch the foot down. Let's bring the right ankle to rest over the left thigh and rock the shin side to side. So the resting place was just a momentary place to park the leg and then use the arms to rock the leg a little. Take one leg of happy baby. Right knee comes down toward the floor beside you. You can hold wherever it works. I like to sometimes, I'm going to show this on the left leg, but just because it's easier to see. If my hands or wrists don't want to hold on, I'll use the edge of the forearm to pin the thigh in. So you can place the arm and the hand wherever it serves you, wherever it works. You might flex the foot here. How does that feel? You might rock while you're here. How does that feel? Release that leg. And so if that was your right leg that you just did, I'm going to assume it is, walk your feet out wide, mat width or even wider. Tip both knees to the left. So now your right leg is doing the opposite movement. We were holding it pinned in close, And in external rotation, now it's neutral, maybe a little internally rotated. Let the front of the hip and pelvis and thigh open up in a spacious way. And if you want, reach your right arm overhead. Take a couple of breaths here. I like to imagine I'm reaching my right knee in one direction, right knee to the front of the mat and right arm to the back of the mat. And then zip up my belly. Maybe even squeeze your right glute. Maybe squeeze your right butt cheek. See how that feels. Release the arm, bring the knees back into center, walk the feet back a little bit closer, bring the left knee into the chest, and find your happy baby on this leg now, using the arm or the hand wherever it's useful for you. Once again, if you're feeling sensation more right up close to your sitting bone, adjust the position so that you feel if there's any kind of stretchiness, you're feeling it more in the muscle. Breathing here, check in with the neck. See that the back of the neck stays long and spacious. If your head wants to rock along with the rest of your body here, then let it rock. Come on, back to our starting position. Release the feet. Now heel toe the feet out wider than your mat. Tip both knees over to the right. Oh, I forgot a thing. Hang on. Come on back. We didn't do that little rocky thing. It's not vitally important, but just so that we're even. Grab the left knee again and give it a little rock side to side. Just to tidy things up. I knew I was missing something there. All right, now place the feet down. Feet are mat width or wider. Tip both knees over to your right. And then you choose. Notice what it feels like, especially the space at the very upper left thigh, in the front of the pelvis and the abdomen there. And if it feels nice, reach your left kneecap toward the front of your mat and your left arm in the opposite direction. A really long line here down the left side of the body. Gently release, bring the arm down, bring the knees back in, bring the feet back in. Bring the right knee into the chest. Bring the left knee in as well. And make circles in the air with the knees together. And as the knees travel around, how does it feel on the low back and the sacrum? Reverse direction. Know that you can change the size of the knee circles at any point in time, especially according to what your back is preferring right now. And then take your legs up in the air, any amount. So if the hammies are tight, the knees will stay bent. And if the hamstrings are longer, then have the legs be straighter. And we're rocking. So you can either rock with the knees bent, and if it feels more secure to have the arms down by your sides, kind of like we're getting ready to go into a plow pose, but we're not really wanting to lift that much. This is mainly just to pull the navel down, lift the tailbone up a little. Pull the navel down, lift the tailbone up a little. See if you can get your lower abdominal muscles into the act without taking the neck too much with it. The neck will want to help, especially with the arms bracing. Try turning the palms upward. Ooh, what is that like? Try taking the hands a little further away. So they can support you, but we're asking more of the lower abdominal muscles. You can also do this with the legs trying to stay vertical more. In that case, I find I need my hands in closer just to get the movement happening. All right, come on back down. Rock side to side. Rock over to one side. You will pick a side, any side. And as you rock over to one side, come into a fetal position. And this is a nice place to support your head so that your head's in line with your spine. You can use your own arm if that's comfortable, or you can use blankets if you prefer. Once you're on that side, lightly reach the top arm out in front of you, and we'll do either, and this will be your choice, either opening up, open and close your book, or bow and arrow. And the difference being open and close the book, the arm stays straight the whole time. Really is like a hardbound book cover, opening and closing. And bow and arrow, the elbow bends as if we were pulling back the bowstring, releasing it behind us, and then coming in to do it again. So you choose. If your body has a strong preference for one version over the other, great. Go with the one that is better tolerated. Inhaling as you open, follow the moving thumb if that's workable for the body today. It will add to the amount of twist. No need to force it though. And each time explore, oh, maybe there's a little more movement, a little more space to open up in the twist. This time, as you come forward, we'll change the pattern and start to make circles. So let's do little tiny circles with the shoulder first. Shrug your shoulder. And so while I'm lying on my side, I'm going to lift my shoulder up to my ear. As my shoulder starts to shrug back, my whole torso is falling back. My chest faces the sky. And then I roll my shoulder down toward my hip, and I'm starting to come back again. So it's a slow shoulder roll, and I'm intentionally putting a little element of twist into it. Now, if that feels just fine, then exaggerate the movement. Maybe the elbow is what's making a circle. If that feels fine, maybe the whole arm is making the circle. In all cases, wherever the shoulder, elbow, or arm are moving, your chest is also moving in that direction so that you get a nice amount of twist. We're gradually coaxing open some of the upper and mid back area. It gets so tight. Go the other way. So if all is feeling well, reach a little bit as you go around your circle. If you find some tender areas or some areas that feel more vulnerable, have a lighter touch, like that light touch we use when we're working with the breath. No need to force anything. Now this time, when you open up and you're in the twist, in the spinal twist, stay there, wherever there is. So it's pretty straightforward. If your arms wind up comfortably on the ground, they just stay there in a T position. But so that's not always the case. So if your head's supported, if reaching back feels awkward or the hand's not on the floor and the shoulder's like, what are you doing to me? Sometimes we get more out of it if we keep the arm of the shoulder that's facing the ceiling. We keep that arm and hand resting on the side of the rib cage or body and let the shoulder drop back, let the elbow drop back rather than reaching the arm. Sometimes it works better to focus more on the spinal twist, but bring the hand in to rest on the rib cage. Take a couple more breaths here, nice long spine. When you're ready, release that, and by any route you like, make your way to the other side. I'm going to flip myself over so that I'm continuing to face you. But it's the same thing over here. Once you're in position, you've got your headrest there. Reach the top arm out in front of you, and we'll start with the bow and arrow or opening and closing the book movement. Opening up on an inhale and closing on an exhale, just like that. Now, let's change the pattern of movement. Okay, maybe we'll do it a little longer. Open on the inhale, to the side on the exhale. Now let's turn these movements into shoulder shrugs, incorporating the twist. So really slowly lift your shoulder up towards your ear, shrug it up, and then as your shoulder pulls back toward the shoulder blade, toward the back, let your shoulder fall backwards some, and then pull your shoulder down toward your hip and start to roll back over onto your side. Just like that. Shoulder picks up to the ear, rolls back all the way around. There's a twist incorporated into it. That's why we move slowly, so there's time for the spine to twist with it. And then elbow circles. And remember, you can choose any one of these to stay with and explore, or the whole arm circling around. In all cases, see how much of a spinal rotation can be incorporated into the movement, because it may look like it's all about the arm, but it's not. The arm is just a way to encourage the spinal twist. Go the other way, either the big arm circles or any other circle, shoulder or elbow, that feel right for you. Make sure that the chest is turning to the side sometimes and then opening up and facing the ceiling more. Again, because we're aiming for the rotation in the rib cage. The next time your chest is facing the ceiling, stay there. If it feels better to keep the hands resting on the rib cage while you're in this twist, do that. If your body is comfortable opening one or both arms out to the side, do that. If you are using a headrest and it feels too tall now, feel free to move it out from underneath you. Breathing in and breathing out. Take a couple more breaths right here. And when you're ready, bring the arm back. Let's return onto our backs. Scooch and wriggle the hips. Get everything back to center. Make any comfort adjustments, and then give your knees a hug. You choose whether the knees go wide or close together, make it comfortable for you. You also choose how much to resist. Hands on the legs somewhere. The hands are pulling the legs in. Excuse me, while the legs are resisting away. The legs want to escape from the hands. And your abdominal muscles are abdominal, not abdominal. Muscles are pulling in, and then relax the resistance. Let's do that 2 more times. Hold the resistance, no need to hold the breath, just the muscular effort of pressing away, trying to escape. The lower body and the leg muscles, they're really hugging in. Even if the pushing away effort is not strong, the leg muscles are squeezing in around the bones. Relax the effort, especially the shoulders. 1 more time. Resist, hold the resistance, stay right there. Remember to breathe. And then release. Open the arms out to the side and take the knees side to side. You can keep the knees close or start to move them further away. Definitely zip up the belly. Add a little bit of intentional ab work. I could just rock and enjoy the rocking, and that's fine if you want to do that. If you'd like a little bit of strengthening work, this is also a great position to start it. Pulling the abdominal muscles in as the legs go slowly side to side. A slow pace is key for the strength building part of this. So if you're just going for a little mobility, you can swing and sway. If you slow it down, now you'll also, in addition to mobility, because you'll get that too, you'll also get the strength building part. And choose how far away the legs are, how straight the legs are, how far they go to each side. All of these are levers you can use to increase, decrease, shift the intensity. Go side to side a few more times. That's it. And then come back into center and touch the feet down. Stretch the right leg out long and the right arm overhead if you like. Make sure you're breathing. The whole right side of the body nice and long. You can squeeze your glutes. Take the right thigh bone down to the mat, right heel down into the mat. Front body so long. And then release, relax that side. Other side. So I'm going to bend that knee and straighten the other leg. Reach the other arm overhead, any amount. Zip up the belly, lengthen out. After spending some time bent, now we're stretching it out, stretching out the front body. Zip up the belly, squeeze the glutes, but send the thigh bone down toward the mat. Send the heel down towards your mat. Yeah, that's it. Good, good, good. Release and relax the effort. Bring the knees in. You might like to circle the knees around in your choice of ways. Reverse. And then again, in your choice of ways, make a transition to upright. Find some semblance of seated. We'll move the spine around a little bit this way, and then move into that tabletop position we were talking about just before class. So any upright position. You can sit on a blanket or a bolster or a cushion or a chair. You can cross your legs or have your legs in some other arrangement. Pull the navel in and around the spine. And gently lift the heart and melt the shoulders back behind you. Exhale, draw the navel in and around the spine. Inhale, lift the heart and melt the shoulders, just like that. Exhaling, drawing in. Inhaling, lifting up. As you come back to neutral to upright, start to roll your way around. And again, use your abdominal muscles. Use the obliques, those guys on the sides. Rock and roll your way around. Engage the muscles that wrap all the way around your torso. Slowly go the other way. So you can rock over onto one sitting bone, over onto the other sitting bone. You can keep your sitting bones where they are if that feels more secure for you. The more comfortable you are with this swoopy movement, the more I want you to do it slowly, but exaggerate the magnitude of it, right? Like really tip over and go slowly around. Good, come back to upright. From here, let's go off to the side. The right hand comes to the side, the left arm reaches wherever the left arm wants to reach. If up and over feels good, do that. If the hand behind the head feels better, do that. Or another position to take care of the arm and the shoulder. Breathe while you're here, and breathe especially into this side of the rib cage and the waist, the side that's getting the extra space. Add your own turning and tilting, twisting if you like. Maybe rounding into the upper back, maybe opening up. What feels interesting over here. When you're ready, inhale your way to upright. Release at center. Take a few gentle shoulder rolls. And then go the other way. Left hand off to the side, right hand either behind the head or reach the arm long. Breathe, breathe into the rib cage and the side of the waist here. First few breaths just in the side bend, exploring that. And when you're ready, adding, turning, twisting, tilting. This is your practice. What way of moving might your body appreciate right now? There is no movement too small or too exaggerated. When you're ready, inhale your way up to center, release. Once you're back at center, take the shoulders again. Take the elbows along with them. So the elbows help the shoulder blades move around a little more squeezy on the back and a little more space between the shoulder blades as you come around the front. Squeeze shoulder blades together around the back. Spread them wide as you come around the front. Pause and go the other way. Same thing as you squeeze around the back, roll to the front. This might feel a little awkward. Usually that second direction is a little less comfortable. That's why your body chose it for you automatically. Come on up to center. And from upright and center, let's take a little twist. Inhale, get really long. Raise the arms if you like, really long in your spine. Exhale, twist to the right. Stay there. Feel how long your spine is. Notice your sitting bones. Is one holding you up more than the other? Get both involved. Root down into both sitting bones. Bring the arms down slowly, gradually. Maybe the left hand comes across to the right leg. The right hand plugs into whatever's nearby. How much space can you give to the nape of the neck? How much space can you create by allowing the shoulders to melt down? We're not trying to force them downward, but let them relax downward so they give your neck and your ears a little bit of room. And as you remain in the twist, long spine, looking over the shoulder in the direction of the twist, lifting the belly in and up. And if you're twisting to the right, maybe your left shoulder blade, like imagine my hand is on your left shoulder blade. I'm saying, oh, maybe you could go a little bit further. Your left shoulder blade's giving you some encouragement, some loving encouragement, moving into the twist. Remember, not forcing, exploring. Unwind gently. Unwind everything. Inhale overhead. Feel how long you are reaching up. And then rotate the other way. Sit nice and tall. Start to bring the arms down. Notice again, if one sitting bone is holding you more, even it out as much as possible. Get as tall as you can. Twists absolutely love space. Turning the chest to the left. Turning the gaze to the left if you like. And again, recommitting to the length in your spine. Give the back of your neck a little extra length and the shoulders relax down away from the ears. Put a little bit of your attention into the right shoulder blade now. And imagine the right shoulder blade nudging you a little into the twist. Nudging, not forcing. Breathing in, breathing out, breathing in, breathing out. As you unwind gently, release, release, release to the front. Take the arms overhead. Inhale. And out to the side and down. Exhale. A little roll and shrug of the shoulders. Lower the chin and roll the head over to one side. Leave it there. Breathe. Slowly to the other side. Feel the stretch in the side of the neck. You can move around a little, make it slow. Be interested in the subtle changes of sensation. Let's visit each side one more time. Over to the first side. Feel the stretch in the side of the neck. Breathe while you're here. Oh, what's that like? This side for me gets a little tighter. Maybe I'm going to linger an extra breath and then change over so that you're finishing up even on both sides. Both sides may not feel even, but we've given equal attention to each side. And when that is done, return to center with the chin down. Slowly roll the head to upright. Lift the chin up to the sky. Let it lift you into a little bit of a back bend, and then bring the head back down to neutral. Do a little funky chicken now with the head. Bring the chin forward and then pull the head back. Retract the chin. So again, not to tilt down or to look up, but straight back. Make many little chins. Take your chin forward, just one, and make many little chins as you come back. And try not to lean the whole body back, just the head, the neck, the shoulders. One more time, forward with the chin and then straight back. I know I tend to take my shoulders back too, so I have to really pay attention to just work with the head and the neck, and then release. Release it all. Move the head, the neck, the shoulders. Let's flip ourselves over to a tabletop position. And from our tabletop, I'm going to show this with the wrist forearm variation. So if you are perfectly happy to be on hands and knees with the palms on the mat, great. Spread your fingers as wide as they can comfortably spread and start with cat-cow in the spine. And then the bolster is here if your wrists don't like that, or for any other reason you want to do this on the forearms. Rounding and arching. You can substitute some blocks or blankets for this. I like the firmness of the bolster because it feels a bit steady. It feels pretty steady, and then I also, if I want to move my arms wider apart or closer together, it's pretty easy to do that without much fuss. And then come to neutral spine. From your neutral spine, take your right leg back with the, oops, I just realized you can't see if I'm back there. You can't see what's going on with my toes. You'll hear though. Take your right foot back with the toes tucked under. We'll use this for a stretch in the back of the leg and the plantar fascia, the connective tissue on the sole of the foot. So if this is tender for you today, don't go to where it feels like, oh, this is causing more aggravation. If it's comfortable for you, rock yourself forward so you're pushing off the ball of the foot, contracting the calf muscles. It sends your body forward. That's just fine. If you wind up too far forward, move your bolster forward or walk your hands further forward. And then lean back so that your heel is far enough back that you're getting a stretch. Maybe it's more the calf, maybe it's more the sole of the foot, maybe it's more the hamstring, but you're getting a stretch somewhere on that back line. Release that. If your upper body is like, I would like a little break from that, come for a moment and sit and roll your shoulders, and when you're ready, come on back and we'll do the other leg. So same thing here. I'm going to do this one on forearms as well. Take the other leg back. Breathe. And then really use your mat and the floor. Press off the whole ball of the foot. I'm going to try to press as much into the big toe side as the baby toe side. Back and forth a few times. Maybe the big toe presses more, maybe less. Try it different ways. How does it feel interesting for you? And then take the heel back far enough and the leg straight so that you can feel the stretch in the back of the leg. Breathe while you're here and breathe and breathe and breathe and breathe and breathe and breathe and breathe. Come on back. Take a back stretch in child's pose. So bring the hips back and down, as far back and as low down as they want to go. Reach your arms forward. This can be done for my friends using the bolster. You can have your bolster or your prop supporting your head, supporting your arms, or you can take the arms off. If this feels good, this just made me think of you, Connie. If it feels nice to have your head supported, but your arm's doing something else, you can have some head support. Now, if, of course, your head's already on the mat, then it has the support it needs. Stretching the arms. Now come up a little bit out of your child's pose so that you can walk your hands over to the right, any amount at all, and see what feels good. Do you want to come up on the fingertips? What does that feel like? And if your hands are over on the right, if you're very comfortable, maybe your left hand wants to walk over on top of your right. Ooh, that's interesting. Nothing is mandatory. Feel your way in, adjust according to what takes the best care of your body right now. Easy in the neck. Walk your hands back to center, change sides. Same thing over here. As you walk the hands to the left, you might come up on fingertips. You might walk your right palm on top of your left.
Now when I do that, usually I come down off the fingertips, but truly the choice is yours. Definitely breathe into the side where there's extra space right now. Deep breath in and out. Walk the hands back to center. Ease yourself up. Walk your knees and shins back. And let's take hip circles, rib circles. So while you're here, you can go as far back and around as you like. If you want to stay kind of in the same spot, especially if you're on the forearms, getting back, there's not quite as much room. So go around the side. What I mean is, if you're on the forearms, make rib circles. Going around this way. That way the hips don't need to go forward and back. Same thing in the other direction. Whatever way you're working, you can combine directions, change at any point in time. When you're ready, release all of that. Take your right leg back once again. Pull the knee into your chest, zip up the belly, reach the leg back. You can have the toes down or lift the foot up off the mat. The choice is yours. Bring the knee to the outer upper arm. Oh, hello. And reach it back. And again, when it reaches back, the toes can touch down if you like, or you can lift the foot up. Release that, go to the other leg. Other leg, reach back. Exhale, pull the knee in toward the chest. Reach back, lift it or low. Pull the knee toward its own arm. Reach back. Place the shin down. Walk. The hips will stay up a little higher than in child's pose as we walk the hands forward, coming into kneeling puppy. Now this kneeling puppy, will let it be a little more hammock shaped. So when we do this to build strength, we focus on keeping the spine really neutral as we lengthen. And that's great. But now we'll also give ourselves a chance to melt into it. So first, a caveat, don't let your low back melt into it. Invite your upper back to melt. Ah, yeah, because your low back's gonna try to melt anyways. Keep the belly zipped up. Let the chest melt down. I like to have my forehead on the mat because that winds up comfortable in my body. If your head's kind of close, but not quite touching, bring your hands a little wider, or bring a blanket or a block underneath the forehead if that is a good height for support. So I am actively pulling my navel in, and I'm asking my upper back to melt down. I'm asking, not forcing, my chest to melt toward the mat, but at the same time, I'm trying to pull my navel in so my low back doesn't do all the bending. All right, walk the hands back in. Gently, gently, gently release. Let's move in another direction, just so our neck gets something different. So my friends with neck stuff, be mindful if this is a direction that's not recommended for you. Adjust accordingly, only do what works for your body. So this is a pose called rabbit. We'll be starting with the head, more the forehead-ish in contact with the mat, and then we'll be rolling toward the crown of the head. It looks like this. My hands are in, I'm still kneeling, my hands are in close by my knees, and then I place my head, mostly forehead or like top of the forehead. I'm not trying to get down this way, right? I don't want my eyebrows on the mat. And then I'm pressing into my hands, lifting my hips so that I roll more to the top of the head, The back of the neck is getting longer, and I'm controlling how much pressure is on my neck, partly by how I use my hands to support. As the hips lift, the back of the neck gets longer, and then roll your way back down. Stay in contact with your mat the whole time.
And that's it. Good, good. And then ease your way out. Come to upright. Roll the shoulders. You can sit any way you like. You don't have to sit on your feet. Roll the shoulders. Oh, the other way. And squeeze the shoulders. And let them go. So we talked about the shoulder thread, the needle, just before class. So this is our time. So usually shoulder thread the needle is done if the bottom arm is diving through. I'll dive down until the shoulder and the head are on the mat. That's not comfortable for everybody, especially in the shoulder and the neck. And then there's other stuff we can do with the arm. Sometimes, and this is what I was talking about just before class, sometimes it helps to have some support under the head, under the shoulders, sometimes under both. So I've got my blanket stacked, and I'm going to dive the arm through and rest the head on the blankets. And I'm going to see, how does my head and neck feel about that? What if I take one blanket away? Is that better? Oh, that's kind of nice. Sometimes it's more the shoulder, and maybe I want my shoulder to have some support and my head to have some support. You can really play around a little bit and see. And then let me know if this doesn't work for you, and check out where your head is. See if you can create length in the back of your neck, even though we're in this twisted up kind of weird position. If all else fails, try taking the hips back a little more, making it a touch more like child's pose, so that there's less of a height difference between the hips and where your head is. How is that, Patty? Is that okay on the knees and the neck and all the things? So? All right. And then bring the base hand, the supporting hand, not the shoulder you're on, the other hand, right? Bring it in, and when you're ready, zip up the belly and give the palm a press. Come on back to center. And I'm going to take a peek and see if there's any adjusting. I'm going to check in with you guys. If all is okay, go to the other side and test it out there. If something's not working, I'm going to pop in here, and I'm going to unmute you guys just in case there's anything you want to ask me as you're going over to this side. Especially for Connie and for Cheryl, how's that feeling for the neck? And for Paul too, is that okay?
I don't have any pressure on my
I'm
shoulder.
confused.
I have pressure
Feels
on-
good.
All right, so it's more on the shoulder.
Well, I don't feel anything on the
Oh,
shoulder.
you don't feel you don't get like the shoulder stretchy part,
Right.
but the neck is taken care of for the moment.
It's so-so. It's
It's
better.
so-so. Bring your hips back, Connie, a little further. Make it more child's pose. How is that?
I don't have anything on my head now.
Okay, how's it for is it shouldery at all, like in a stretchy way?
Mm-mm. No, it's all in my legs now.
So it's all in the legs. Use not your shoulder, use your top hand and apply a little leverage to get the twisty part of it.
That's better.
Yeah. So it's
pose will need to look different than you'll see me demonstrate in order for each of us to get the best benefit. All right, take another breath or two and gently unwind yourself. And as you unwind, take a child's pose or sit upright, something that feels neutral, that completely takes pressure off the neck, that feels pleasant in your body. And when you're ready, ease yourself to upright and swing your legs around. And we'll find our way back to reclining, hugging the knees into the chest, gently rocking. If you have either a block, bolster, or some blankets or towels, something to support your pelvis, we'll do a little supported bridge pose. So before, you might be taking a moment to gather your props to make sure they're nearby. And then before we go into the supported version, take your hands or your soft fists or your arms at all if you've got a wrist thing going on. Zip up the belly and send the thighs away. Inhale, relax the effort. Do that 2 more times. I'm going to grab my block for our bridge pose. Gently release the last one. And now do one more strength maneuver before our supported bridge. I kind of feel like I've kind of misled you there, that we were going to do something really soft. We are. So regular bridge pose, our feet are evenly spaced from one another. That's what we'll do. Press the feet down, zip up the belly, squeeze your glutes as the hips come up, and then really slowly, because this is how it's really beneficial for your back. So as slowly as you can, pull your lowest ribs down, and then pull your low back, like bit by bit by bit. Sometimes I need to lift my heels up, especially when I do this the first couple rounds and my back feels tight. Sometimes if I give my feet a little wider spacing or I lift my heels a bit, I can create more space to articulate the spine on the way up and down. Let's do that a few more times. Press the feet down firmly, squeeze the glutes, peel yourself up, however high the body wants to peel right now, and then really, really slowly, so slowly, because we're getting stronger and longer as you're lowering down here. Inch by inch by inch by inch by inch. Spine is so nice and long. And let's do it one more time. Pressing the feet as if they could make deep footprints into the earth, squeezing the glutes. Belly is active. And then what's your neck doing? Is your neck hanging on for dear life? Can it relax a little bit? Slowly, slowly, ever so slowly, curl your way down. Now, pick up your block or whatever prop you're using. This time, when the pelvis lifts and you come into bridge pose, place your prop. If you're not sure how high, start out kind of low. If you're using a block, start out on the lowest height. If you're using blankets, start out with just one blanket folded underneath. If you're like, well, that's okay. Maybe I want to be lifted a little higher, then go ahead and lift higher. You can add a blanket. If you've got a block, here again, I like to use my tiptoes to kind of get myself into position and then settle in. Breathe while you're here. And check in again. This is a great spot to see. Make sure your shoulder blades are on your mat. The back of your neck is long. There's no undue strain in the back of the neck and the
shoulders. They are not responsible for holding you up here. Now, if you want to give your arms an extra job to do, you can bring your arms down near your sides and press the triceps, the back of the upper arms, into the mat. Let's say it's like 20% effort. Check in again. See that it's more the upper back and the back of the arms working. Neck is long. So sorry, my dog is barking in the background. A couple more breaths. I'm going to go manage the dog situation so that we can have some quiet in Shavasana. You'll very gently, whenever you're ready, and you can take another minute or so here, when you're ready, you'll remove your prop, and even more slowly than we came down before, you'll come down this last time. Remember, the slow lowering is what makes this really lovely for your back. When you come all the way down, take happy baby or a twist or hug your knees. And I'll be right back with you for Shavasana. All right, June. Come on, come on, come on. Take her back in when she's ready. All right, once you've settled in, thank you so much for your patience. As you settle in, take a breath in and squeeze every single muscle in the body. Breathe out, let it go. Breathe in and squeeze. Breathe out, let it go. Inhale. Exhale. Making any comfort arrangements. So your neck is comfortable, your head is well supported, your body is well supported. Let Mother Earth support you. this is the time to be slow. Lie low to the wall until the bitter weather passes. Try as best you can not to let the wire brush of doubt scrape from your heart all sense of yourself and your hesitant light. If you remain generous, time will come good, and you will find your feet again on fresh pastures of promise, where the air will be kind and blushed with beginning. If you remain generous, time will come good, and you will find your feet again on fresh pastures of promise, where the air will be kind and blushed with beginning. From the poet John O'Donohue. Deep in the breath, let it fill you up. Pause right there. Softly let it out. Let it fill you again, perhaps more deeply. And softly let it out. One more time. Begin to move and stretch, gently turning the head, moving the hands and feet. And when ready, inhale and stretch the whole body. Breathing in, breathing out. Breathing in, breathing out. Draw one knee into the chest, then both knees into the chest. Rock gently. Make your way over to one side. Pause there. And press slowly up. Take your time. As you return to upright. Take a moment. Bring your palms together in front of your heart. Inhale, lift the heart. Exhale, lower the chin. May you be happy. May you be healthy. May you be safe and at ease. Thank you so much for sharing your practice with me today. Namaste.
Namaste.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you. It was lovely, lovely.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thanks. Enjoy the rest of your day.
Thank you. Can you send me the poem?
Yes, I can.
I love it. Okay.
Gretchen, yeah, did you have a question? I can't hear you. You're not on mute, but I can't hear you. Come a little closer.
Do you have a second class during the week now?
Not of the gentle. I just have this one, and then the level 1 on Tuesday, Thursday.
Tuesday, Thursday. Okay, just wanted to confirm that. Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank
so
you.
far we don't have our usual Wednesday afternoon. I think there's another class in that time slot.
Yeah.
So we're figuring out where everybody goes between 2 studios to make it one spot.
Well, we appreciate you guys being there for us.
Oh, I'm happy to be here. You know what? That does raise a question. I don't know if Christine's got time on the schedule for a weekend class for gentle, but if there were, would you guys be up for it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, I'll talk to her about it. We're wrapping up teacher training this weekend, so
Okay.
I'll have some weekend time. I'll mention
Good.
it if there's a time slot. Maybe we'll see what we can do.
Sounds good.
Wonderful.
All right,
Thank you.
beautiful. Thank you, guys.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.